I want to thank you all for coming tonight. I know it's a huge commitment on your part, but I appreciate your participation and commitment. I've been so happy with what we've been learning. Believe it or not, I also am learning right alongside of you when I go into meditation and make the preparation for these. I'm so amazed at how they correlate so much together, and we're just adding little bites here and there. When Jesus taught about the ascension, he would teach them just little bits and pieces, add a little here or there, a little, and eventually they understood exactly what was required to become an ascended master. So it's pretty cool stuff. So tonight's lecture is on service to self and others. And the assignment that goes with this is we've got to take care of ourselves. And the Ascended Masters made this very clear. Put yourself first so that you can do self-care, and the things that you need and the food that you need to eat and the fluids you need to get into your body. Take the basic care of yourself and then serve others. So just know this assignment is only after you take self-care. Contact a family member, neighbor, or a friend who needs your help and focus on raising their consciousness. Now, you don't have to do this with words. You can do it telepathically and ho'oponopono them and send them love and light. Very important things to do. Okay, where did my beautiful little changer go? I need to be able to, there we go. So the next slide is about the law of service. And the law of service is very interesting. In the Sanskrit writings, the law of selfless service, or Seva, Punjabi, there's a Sikhism, or it's an ordained philosophy in Sikh scripture, the theology, the hermeneutics, which is the discussion and the description of these things. It's a service that is performed without any expectation of result or award for performing it. Never, in other words, it's selfless service. You don't think about yourself, you don't think about getting compensated, but what it does do is it helps to evolve that person. Now, the law of service, what do the Ascended Masters do for us? They love us, and they give us service, and they answer questions to us. But we have to call upon them and ask them to come, because in this third dimension, there's a law that they can't interfere until we have asked for their help. And when we ask them, then they can interfere all we desire them to. They don't have any agenda or ulterior motives other than our progress and our evolution. So the law of service doesn't mean do. That's the old paradigm. As a medical doctor, I was taught you serve the people, you practice medicine the best you can, and the money will just come. And so I did. I did deliveries all night long. I did surgeries. I did all kinds of stuff. And literally, I was burning the candle at both ends. The average OBGYN only lives to be 54 years old because it's such a stressful do profession. But you know, the new paradigm, when we align to the divine, is we educate, we uplift the heart and the emotions, we say prayers and blessings. So the old paradigm, you know, especially self-care, we think that when we're not feeling great about ourselves, we need to go out and buy a new pair of shoes or a new dress or a new shirt. We self-pleasure, we get massages, we drink alcohol, we use drugs to calm down our system, we use makeup, we use surgery, we do all kinds of things to help us feel better about who we are. But the new paradigm is we get education. We use contemplation, meditation, prayer, living a higher consciousness, monitoring our intent, our thoughts, our emotions, and our deeds. So the law of service to others, such services can be formed to benefit other humans or society. Seva is the old Sanskrit term which originally referred to the service performed by members of the lower castes to those of higher castes. So, you know, we're not living by that law anymore. The new law of service is we are preparing for our evolution as humanity. So all of us are in this together. So we're volunteering our efforts to first get ourselves ready for the ascension, and then once we're ready, we can reach out and help others out of our heart. Now remember when I used to talk about, I still talk about it, the brain works in millivolts. The heart works in kilovolts, and we need to get those aligned so that we have electromagnetic energy that is very, very powerful. Because then when we send out our telepathy, it will affect many, many people around us, sometimes thousands, sometimes hundreds of thousands, depending on how you align your heart with your mind. And that electromagnetic energy, it's electro through the mind, magnetic through the heart, but the combination becomes an electromagnetic pulse that will send out for literally miles and miles, and it will affect everybody when you get in congruence. So doing that volunteer work for others out of your heart is the most important thing you can do. And serve yourself out of your heart. And get your mind and your heart in congruence so that they're in the same pattern. With Heart Math, I bought this device about 20 years ago that you could hook to your finger, and it would show you when your heart and your mind were in alignment or in the same vibration. And it was pretty cool because as I meditated, it would quickly go into that congruence. And so dedication to others and helping others comes after you take care of yourself first. So we take care of our spirit, we take care of our emotions, our mind, our body. We create our reality through love. We align to the divine and love, and we serve others through that love consciousness. Now, the law of service to self and others leads to evolution. This is the new paradigm. So what we believe and manifest inside of us will manifest outside of us. We are literally changing the planet as I speak. And service is the consciousness in action with focus, action, and participation. So it's very important that we realize we're creating a new planet, and we are the ones creating this energy. And so when we do service for others, we add elevated emotion, which is higher vibrating emotions on the map of consciousness: love, joy, bliss, alignment with love consciousness, which shifts the consciousness of others. Now, the cabal is doing everything they can to create chaos and keep us from accomplishing what we're doing. And so we've got to not watch the TV, not listen to the news. We need to focus on our heart, our mind, and getting them in alignment in the love consciousness. And then we create a better reality. Okay, so the law of service to self and others leads to our evolution. As we wire new information in our brain, now this is similar to a slide we had before, but we added a couple of things. With service, service creates new thoughts, new choices, new behaviors, new experiences, new emotions. Also, new personal reality, and we actually develop a new personality. And that personality creates a new reality, not only for us, but for everyone around us. So our service creates a new reality. Service creates instantaneous change in others to be greater than our current reality, which leads to a higher common reality. We wire our consciousness as if that service is creating a new reality in the present moment of love and hope. Does that make sense to everybody? So, the law of service to self and others leads to our evolution and the evolution of everyone around us. The moment you begin the energy or expression of service, we step into the higher emotions of love, joy, and bliss, and gratitude is created. And gratitude is the ultimate receivership. And others around us who we are transmitting this energy to, they become very grateful for the service they're getting from us. And we go into gratitude because we're grateful they're grateful. And we make contact with the heavens and we move into love consciousness. Now, the moment we serve ourselves and others, our energy enters into the fifth dimensional flow of love, putting that same energy into those around us, creating a new reality. Now, a lot of people are talking about how we're between dimensions right now, and we really are, because if we're doing this work, we're actually going in and out, phasing into the fifth dimension, that flow of love, and putting that same energy around others and creating a new reality. And this is a higher dimension ran by the emotion of love. And so service creates an energy for a new future for the entire planet, the one we truly desire, and it will manifest. Again, the old law is, lie, cheat, steal, do whatever, take power, take control, have your focus be just on money. And the old model of reality is cause and effect, dog eat dog. Take what you need from others. The new quantum reality is faith leads to thought, effect leads to service, and it is the ultimate form of creation. because we are creating a new reality, and it changes our environment and the reality around others, and it will change the future of all the humans around us. Service is creation through faith and thought. The old reality, crisis, takes time and takes time to change, but the new reality, the quantum reality, is our faith leads to new thoughts, service, and change. The new reality is instantaneous for everyone. So service with a clear intention, with an elevated emotion, manifests a love consciousness. So this is just kind of a repeat of what I've been saying in a different way. But miraculous, amazing things are starting to happen. You know, I'm seeing love consciousness in everything. Now, one of our participants ran into a deer the other night, and it literally ruined her car, and she asked me, Scott, why did this happen? And you know, we don't know why certain things happen, but she was not injured herself, and she didn't see where the deer went, but her car was totaled. And she wanted that car to last her a long time, and she loved that car. But you know, there's different things that happen in our lives that lead us to safer things. And I told her flat out, that car could have had problems unrecognized and led to a worse accident where she would have really hurt herself or even been killed. So some of these things happen in our lives, and we wonder about them, and we think, oh geez, why did that happen? But you know, sometimes, you know, the angels may have saved that deer because she never found the deer, and it probably just ran off and was okay. We don't know. But things like this happen to us, and even stoplights now, I'm very grateful for them, because I know they stop me so that I have time to contemplate and think about things. And I know that it's making us safe. And so I'm a much better driver than I was even a year ago. Now we're going to go into the question and answer period. And so I'm going to stop the share for now. I am going to just show you real quickly. Next week we're going to talk about who is here to assist me to progress, change, and get ready to evolve. But we're not going to go into that right now. We'll go into question and answers. Who has a question?
I do.
Go ahead.
Do you have the name of that machine that reads your heart and brain coherence from the Heart Math Institute?
They've actually got a newer device. So mine was an older one. They just called it the Coherence machine. And you'd put it, you know, on your finger and hook it to your computer, and you would think thoughts. And what happened with me was I would get in immediate coherence the second I decided to watch my breathing and have love in my heart, and immediately I would go into coherence. So you need to go to the Heart Math Institute website. Just look for it. I haven't looked for it for a while because I learned how to get in coherence without the device. It's kind of nice having the device because you can see when you're in coherence, but it's not necessary. So, but I would go to the website for the Heart Math Institute.
Just search up coherence machine.
It'll be right on.
It'll be on there, and they'll talk about it. Oh, go ahead.
It's called the M-Wave.
The M-Wave, yes. Yeah, that's the one I had years ago. But I think they've got a newer one. You know, technology is just, wow, it's really going fast. Thank you for that question. Anybody else have a question?